All right, welcome. Welcome to tonight's student recognition ceremony. Before each school board meeting, we recognize students who have reached state-level accomplishments. Tonight, we have a small but mighty group of students representing 3 of our winter sports activities. Those are Nordic ski, wrestling, and gymnastics. All right, the following students skied her way into the state Nordic ski meet. Lauren Lopnell. Lauren is a first-time... Congratulations. Lauren is a first-time state competitor, and she was also an all-conference athlete. And Coach Seth Salinger was not able to be with us tonight. So.
Perfect. And then if anyone else wants to take a picture.
Or we can give them to you too. Yeah.
I want to mention, too, that we have one board member on his way from a PTA meeting, and then we have one who had a work function, and then one who was home ill. So that's why we have a small but mighty school board tonight as well. All right, next up, wrestling. The following students represented White Bear Lake Area High School in the state wrestling meet. Nick Kastner, he was a section champion and a state entrant. Congratulations, Nick. And Matthew Sloan. And Matt is a team captain who was all conference and a state entrant. And also Coach Craig Nasvik is here. Welcome. Coach Nasvik shared with us some additional news. I'd like to share that. So White Bear Lake had 9 all-academic section wrestlers. Pretty outstanding. 9 all-academic section wrestlers. And then, additionally, the wrestling team earned a gold award by having a team GPA of 3.562, which is the average of the top 10 wrestlers on the postseason roster. So, great job, Coach Nasvik. Great group of young men. Wow. Thank you. All right, gymnastics. The following students represented the district in the state gymnastics meet. Lainey Gunderson. This was Lainey's second state appearance. She was all conference, all section, and all state honorable mention, and all state. And Grace Squires. And this was Grace's second state appearance. She was all conference, all section, all state honorable mention, and all state. Head coach Kendra Knappenberger and Coach Kelly Rivers are not able to be here tonight, but thank you for all your work. All right, so that's it. Thank you again for coming out tonight. If you haven't already done so, be sure to grab a cookie in the back of the room. There's plenty to go around, and the regular board meeting will start at 7 o'clock. So you're welcome to join us, but we understand if you can't. So congratulations again to our White Bear Lake Area High School athletes and coaches. Have a great night. Oh, there's Mr. Arcan. Thank you. Board member. All right, have a good night.
Give me the thumbs up when you're ready. Wayne, you ready? Good evening. I'd like to call to order this school board meeting for Independent School District 624. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Chapman?
Here.
Mullen?
Here.
Newmaster? Here. Thompson?
Here.
Arcand?
Here.
And Beloit and Ellison are not here.
Okay. Would you all please stand, remove your hats, and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Before us, we have an agenda. I would ask for a motion to approve the agenda for this evening.
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Chapman. Is there a second?
Second.
A second by Ms. Thompson. All in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. We have an agenda. We also have before us a consent agenda. These are sundry items that typically become before the school board every month. And one of the things that we're very grateful for is the generosity of the community in the way of gifts and to the students, on behalf of the students in the school district. With that, I would ask for a motion to approve our consent agenda for the evening.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcan. This will require a roll call vote.
Chapman?
Aye.
Ellison?
Else.
The wrong one here. Mullen?
Aye.
Newmaster? Aye. Thompson? Aye. Arcand?
Aye.
Okay, we also have a consent agenda approved. It is now time in the portion of our meeting for the public comment. Typically, what we ask is that if you want to address the school board publicly, there are white cards up there on the table. We'd ask you to fill those out and pass them up to the dais. Tonight, I do have one white card from Tiffany Dietrich, so I would invite her up to address the school board. Welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Kazmierczak, Chairman Mullen, board members, and Student Representative Carroll. I speak tonight on behalf of the Executive Board of White Bear Lake Area Educators, Local Number 7286, to urge the board to adopt a project labor agreement for all upcoming construction projects. Our community has shown its trust in our district by approving this bond. This trust requires that the work be done with the highest of quality and with fidelity to the standards set forth for building projects in the city of White Bear Lake, which at a minimum require a prevailing wage. Project labor agreements extend far beyond that, however. They ensure safety, quality of work, timeliness, and a worker's right to a living wage. Contrary to the common myth, project labor agreements do not exclude non-union contractors from the bidding process. All contractors, union and non, who commit to the conditions set forth by the project labor agreement are eligible to bid. We are proud of our district's commitment to equity and believe it should extend to the workers of our community as well, many of whom have children who attend or will attend our schools. Women and racial and ethnic minorities represent a growing number of workers in the construction trades in Minnesota. The mandatory compliance checks required within project labor agreements ensure that all receive a fair minimum wage and equal pay for their work. In addition to the project labor agreement, we encourage the board to institute a female and minority employment goal, similar to those required by the state of Minnesota, to further ensure diverse representation on these projects. Children are ever vigilant with their observations and emulate our actions. A project labor agreement will ensure that our students see safe, professional, efficient work being done by individuals who reflect their personal backgrounds. What an awesome organic learning opportunity for our students, many of whom will choose employment in the trades in the future. For all of these reasons and more, the leadership of Local 7286 hopes that the board will adopt a project labor agreement. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would wish to address the board? Okay, seeing none, we will move on to our first informational items, C1, which is the introduction of the international exchange students. Mr. Wald, is that you? I'll block for a couple minutes if you need me to.
Each year, the United States welcomes over 1 million international exchange students to study for up to 1 year at an American school. In the state of Minnesota, we welcome between 600 and 700 students every year. White Bear Lake has long embraced the opportunity to welcome international exchange students to our schools. This year, we are hosting 10 international exchange students, 7 at South Campus and 3 at North Campus. International exchange students are just like our American students. They're very busy, and so we're really fortunate to have 3 of them with us tonight. And I'm going to allow them a moment to introduce themselves, and then we're done, we'll take a picture with the board.
Perfect.
First is Beatrice Coglioni from Italy.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Beatrice, but I go for Beatrice or Bia because just it's easier. I'm with AFS, and I arrived here on August. I tried a lot of things with my host family. I tried ice fishing.
Perfect.
Because in Italy, lakes don't freeze. And also, I saw a lot of hockey games. My brothers play hockey, so we were very busy with that. Yeah, and I don't know what I found easier, if coming here or like adapt myself to the rhythm and all the new experience that I've done. But the thing that I found more easier was the school. It's very different. In Italy, a lot of people think about, oh, American school is like High School Musical and all that stuff, but it's not actually. But it's different. Here you can choose your subjects. You move class every hour. You meet a lot of people. We don't do that. Like, we have the same classmates for 5 years, same teachers mostly. And our high schools are like, okay, you have to focus about what do you want to do for a job. And you have to choose your high school when you're like 13 and decide for your future and then go to college or not. And I think the most challenging thing was just, I don't know, probably staying for so much time away from my family. Before Christmas was a really tough time for me, and also St. Valentine's because it's my brother's birthday, and he turned 20, so it was a big deal. And yeah, I don't know, probably this is the most challenging thing. And I don't know, probably just staying in the system and trying to make new friends and trying not to be so homesick, and thinking, okay, this is for my future, and I've done that because I know that I can do it, and that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, also from Italy is Marta Stefanoni.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Marta, and as he said, I'm from Italy, and I've been here for 6 months now. So I tried a lot of things here, new things here, but the highlight that I want to share is the fact that I decided to join the Nordic team, Nordic skiing team, under the pressure of my sister, and I was not very happy about it because, you know, it's cold outside. But I actually found it very interesting and very fun. So, yeah, that was my thing. I found easier than I expected learning English and communicating. My English was not very good when I came here, but I was still able to communicate. People had to speak very, very slow, but, I mean, it was not that difficult. What else? The thing that I found challenging was picking the right level of classes here, because you know, we have the same subjects, but we don't have the same classes. I didn't really know what each classes teach it, so I had to work a lot with my counselor, change some classes. It took me a while. Now I have a perfect schedule. I'm very happy with it. So I like school very much here, all the activities after school, meeting people during activities. So I'm very happy to be here, and I wanted to thank you for letting me be here in this school district, and well, that's it.
Thank you.
Our next student is from Norway, Matthias Goldman.
Welcome.
Guys, I'm Matthias. I'm from Norway. I came here with an open mind because it's a whole new place, so I was ready to try some new stuff. So far, I've tried 2 sports, football and swimming. And football, both of them were really cool, cool experiences. I didn't have any idea what football was before I joined the sport, so the coaches were really nice for basically telling me all the rules, and they're really patient with me. The sport culture here in America is like really interesting. It's a lot different from where I am, where in Norway. So it's really nice to feel like the school culture, the school spirit. Like I remember my first football game I went to, like a high school, and the shouting and all the sound, and I got goosebumps because it was so like it was such an amazing experience. And the people at Minnesota is really friendly. Like in Norway, we keep to ourselves a lot, but here you talk to everyone and you're happy, and it's nice to see. Nice, it's easy to connect with people here.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and congratulations are in order, right? Didn't you get a letter yesterday?
Huh?
Did you get a letter in swimming?
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've got a swimmer, so.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, cool.
Ben.
Oh Ben, yeah. I know Ben. He's cool.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And our next student is from Germany, Smilla Klassen.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, like he said, my name is Smilla Klassen, and I'm here with AFS and an exchange program between the German and the US government. It's called CBYX, and it's founded, so it's a scholarship program, and we have to apply for it in Germany, and only like certain people get elected in each district. And I don't know if you know about it, but so I came here, and then one student from here, from the US, goes to Germany and gets a full scholarship. So that's the program behind this. And yeah, so that about my organization. And I don't know, I mean, I would say my experience so far is pretty great. I really like it here, and just thinking about leaving in a couple of months is really sad, I would say, because I made a lot of friends here and I really enjoy my time here. It has been different than I know it, and especially high school, it is quite different. So, but I really enjoy it, especially because, yeah, I made so many different experiences and I learned a lot during my time here. So it is pretty great so far. And I would say, so about my school, I would say the most differences are just like the system. For example, in Germany, we don't have like that we have to leave the class to go to the next class. So we stay in a room and the teacher comes to us. So at the beginning, I was kind of overwhelmed because the school is pretty big for me. Like, so in Germany, my school is as big from grade 5 to 13 as the South Campus here at White Lake. So it was pretty overwhelming, but I kind of figured it out real quick, and I really like that White Bear is so welcoming, and all the students, they were, yeah, just great. And like I said, I made a lot of friends here, and they're all just interested in getting to know me and my culture. So it's been super fun here, and I really enjoy my time. And I don't know, I mean, I would say that, or I definitely want to apply for college here, because actually also Minnesota, because I just like it here. And yeah, so I hope that I can come back here after I finish my school in Germany. Yeah, so that's it. And I really want to thank you for hosting me here, and like for letting me be a student of White Bear. And it's pretty great, and I think the school is super good. So yeah, I wouldn't change anything. It's super good. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's good.
Perfect, thank you.
Our next student is from Italy, Eleonora Baghino.
Welcome.
So, hi, I'm Eleonora, I'm from Italy, and I'm here with Nacelle Open Door. It's my organization, and it's really nice. One of the important things for me, for my exchange year, is like learn a new culture, a new country that is totally different from Italy. So it's kind of a shock because you learn a lot of things in just 9 months. It's super interesting. One of the things that I like most is the school. It's very different from Italy, like the other exchange. In Italy, we do 5 years of high school, and we don't change class. The teacher switch. But I think the one of the most things that I like is the teacher. I think the teacher here are super nice and good. And at school, I feel at home. And I feel that the people want to know about Italy and about a new culture and about a new country. And I really like to learn about Minnesota and learn about US in general. But one of the scary things for me was the cold because I live in a highland, so for me it was like the first time in my life that I feel that type of cold, but it's really nice. It's just a very different culture, so I just take time to learn everything. But I mean, this is the meaning of everything, just not learn languages, but learn a new culture and feel, I think, at home. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Is there any question? Go ahead, Mr. Waltz.
One more student I want to introduce. So we also have outbound students from White Bear Lake Schools who choose to study abroad. Right now we have a young lady who graduated last year and is using student exchange as her gap year. That's Anastasia McFarland. She's in Brazil right now. And we just got a video from her last week and having just a terrific time. She was just in love with Brazil and feeling so much more confident. And I think that's just one thing you notice about all of these kids is the confidence that they bring when they stand in front of the school board. And their confidence just grows throughout the year, and by the time they leave, it's going to be they leave a different person than they arrived. So we have one outbound student for next year. Ashlyn Hamill is a 10th grader. Come on up, Ashlyn. Ashlyn is a 10th grader at North Campus, and she's going to leave us in the fall for her to start her exchange year. I'll let her introduce herself.
All right, welcome.
Hey, I'm Ashlyn. I'm a sophomore at North Campus, and basically I've been traveling my entire life. I grew up in Germany for most of my life, so traveling has been nothing new to me, really. But I'll be exploring a different part of the world I've never seen before because I'll be going to Australia in September, August-ish, that time. So I'm very excited to go there and explore a different part of the world and see how these different people and meet them and just form new bonds and, explore.
All right. Thank you. Questions for the students? Dr. Arcan?
I don't have a question, but we've hosted exchange students, so if you're a family and you're thinking about it, it was really fulfilling that really after 9 or 10 months and you have to drive them back to the airport, it's really, it was tough, but you develop those lifelong relationships that you find. So it's been 10 years now, and I'm still in communication with my exchange daughter and her mother, and that we've made those bonds, and it's really good because it does cross cultures, and it really allows us to see the world differently. And so if you have the opportunity, please host a student.
All right. Dr. Newmaster?
I was just going to say welcome and thank you for all you bring to us. You're such good representatives sharing your experiences, but I know that you've been sharing with our students. So as an old world language teacher who has hosted people, it's a growing opportunity for everybody. So thank you for your courage and for being such good representatives.
Other questions, comments?
I would just the same. I mean, thank you so much for coming and sharing your stories with us. It's brave for you to come to the country, you know, a totally different place, and then to come and stand and share with us. It really means a lot, and I'm glad you're all having good experiences here. It's exciting to hear, so go Bears.
Hold on a second. I just want to say that, so we kind of have a tradition here in White Bear Lake. Once you become Bear students, which all of you are, so now you're going to have to say "Go Bears" a lot, right? So as you head back home, remember that saying when people ask you where you come from, you can say "Go Bears." So, perfect. Picture?
Okay, they'll congregate. Right. Okay. Perfect. Okay, look here, please. 1, 2, and 3. I'll take a few. And then is there, like, yeah. And then, so here's another tradition that our students do a lot of the times with a group photo, is we do 1, 2, 3, go Bears. Are you up for this? Yeah. Okay, ready? Go 1, 2, 3. Go Bears! Awesome, great job, thank you.
Yeah, I know my daughter is.
And it's fully furnished. She's like, whatever. I have kids.
All right, we will now move into our next informational item, C2, which is the spring and summer youth enrichment opportunities. Mr. Maurer.
Yeah, good evening, Chair Mullen, members of the board, Dr. Kazmierczak. On your chairs tonight on the desk, you guys should have received a copy of our youth summer catalog that went out to homes a little over a week ago. So this went out to all of our student residents, student homes in the district a week and a half ago, and it's no coincidence that it brought the warmer weather with, because we're starting to think about summer. And to keep with our discussion around our, the adventures that our exchange students are having too, that is the theme that we went with our catalog for youth too, is kind of a choose your own adventure. So you can kind of see the front of the theme, whether they want to be sports, activities, STEM, field trips, whatever it may be. And we kind of stuck with that theme throughout. So the reason we're here tonight is just to share. This has gone out earlier than it ever has before. Parents are always asking for when summer stuff coming, when is summer stuff coming, and we feel like we can never get it out soon enough. So our goal this year was to get it out prior to spring break, which we've done. And what we've also done too, it's really done a nice job of laying this out for families. So if you even look in the first couple pages, it kind of lays out summer at a glance. So this gives a nice overview of what's happening each week in different areas that kids or students might be into to pique their interest and maybe try some new opportunities. It's got all of our information around our summer youth program, which is our summer school, our flex and extended day. Everything summer for youth will be in this catalog. And our discount options are listed in the front. We did this last year, and it worked out really well for families and for our enrollment and our numbers as well. But we offer a 2 camp or more discount. So any student that is registering for 2 camps or more at a time will receive a 10% discount on their total camp registration fee there. We also offer our free and reduced lunch discounts, as we have in the past too. That'll always continue as well. So just wanted to highlight this because it is a little bit different than we've done in the past. Typically, last year we had our spring and summer, adult and youth all rolled into one, so it was a little bit bigger catalog, and we felt that things kind of got lost a little bit. This summer piece strictly for youth will be great for parents to kind of page through, look at, see what's going on. As I did mention, we did send this to all of our student residents. If parents or if there are grandparents that don't have students but are, maybe their grandkids are coming to visit for the week, we have electronic versions online. There's copies of these at all the schools, local businesses, the library, the city municipality offices. All those copies are there too, and if anybody's looking to have one mailed to them, all they have to do is reach out and we'll be happy to send one out to their homes as well. So we did kind of change the timing on this, so it's nice and early this year, and we'll hope to continue that down the future. Our standard spring and summer catalog, which will go out to every district resident, every household in the district, will come out March 23rd. So that comes out in a couple weeks. We're putting the finishing touches on that now. We'll send it out to the printer next week, and that'll have similar, like not as depth of information for all as the youth has, but it will have where to go to find the youth, and it highlights what's going on for those weeks, as well as all of our stuff for adult enrichment, our field trips, and any other activities and community events we have going on over the summer will be in there as well. So just a little bit of change in the timeline, getting things out a little sooner. Wanted to highlight that a little bit so people were aware, and if anybody had any questions, happy to answer those. But
Questions for Mr. Maurer? Mr. Chapman?
Tim, leading into the new season of activities here, are the gremlins with fee pay pretty well worked out, or is that still an ongoing issue?
Yep, so our system, we use a system called LEO. It's a little software. The only area that we use fee pay for was for our spring sports. So we've had a couple hiccups, nothing major. Everything, they were able to help us out. We were able to work through those with minimal issues at all. So we get through the spring, I think we're good. So all of our spring sports, registration open on Sunday for all of our summer activities, all of our spring sports. So everything is active online, ready to go for families as of today.
Okay, thanks.
So,
Mr. Maurer, I have a question for you, and this might not be the right place, so probably defer this maybe to Dr. Kazmierczak too, but so in the catalog I see in the summer, and I know over the summer, typically, traditionally, we've offered lunch programs for students in certain buildings. Is that information in this catalog?
That'll all be listed in the catalog as well. So
all right.
If any of our summer school sites or extended day sites that are official free and reduced free lunch sites, those are listed in there. We will be at Lake Ayres and Otter and Onika, I believe. If I remember without having to dig through to look for it, but I think two of the those options are in there if they're available for that.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Other questions, comments, concerns? All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll now move into C3, which is the superintendent's report. Dr. Kazmierczak.
All right, thank you, Chair Mullen, members of the board. Before tonight's meeting, we recognized White Bear Lake Area High School students who received state-level honors in Nordic ski, gymnastics, and wrestling. Congratulations, students. Our students are getting comfortable on stage this spring, with many elementary schools hosting student productions recently and in the near future. Details for all productions are available on the district website. Central and Sunrise Park Middle School students are also honing their skills on stage with the middle school musical of Matilda, planned for April 23rd through the 25th. Tickets will be available online soon at the district website. A limited number of free tickets will be available at our senior program at that time as well. The district's March Staff and Community Wellbeing Series session is focused on grief and loss, presented by Tony Del Percio with Bradshaw Funeral and Cremation Services. The event will take place from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Thursday, March 19th. Mark your calendar to join us for this important conversation. We appreciate the support from downtown White Bear Lake businesses who are participating in our Sunrise Park Middle School Art Crawl and will hang student artwork in their shop windows. Families and community members will be able to enjoy the artwork on display from March 18th to March 27th. Additional information will soon be available on the Sunrise and District websites. It is important for the White Bear Lake Area Schools community to know that we are prepping for the possibility that an outbreak could become a local concern, an outbreak of the coronavirus. The district will continue to work in partnership with agencies including the Minnesota Department of Health, and will follow their recommendations, making updates available to families as appropriate. The emphasis right now is on routine illness prevention, frequent hand washing, covering coughs and sneezes, and staying home when ill. And the following March celebrations are being recognized. We have National Nutrition Month, Music in Our Schools Month and Women's History Month. March 2nd through 6th is the National School Breakfast Week. March 2nd is Read Across America Day. March 6th, Employee Appreciation Day, and for us, March 9th through 13th is our spring break. And with that, student liaison report. Ms. Carroll.
Thank you. So T-minus 1 week until spring break. I'm definitely excited. Lots of things have been happening lately. Winter sports are coming to an end and spring sports are starting soon. So keep an eye out for tryout dates and more information on the district website and the school announcements. The spring play, The Dining Room, is also coming up with auditions taking place on March 16th and 17th after school at 3:15 at North. Callbacks will be Thursday, the 19th, starting at 3:30, also at North. Audition forms can be filled out before the audition and will also be on the district page. Head over there for more information. The speech team just won their speech meet this past weekend at St. Anthony Village, with many of our White Bear participants placing in their individual categories, which is super amazing. The South Campus Coffee Shop will be up and running very soon, and the students that have put this together have worked super hard to make this project a success. This week they'll be piloting drinks, and that will continue until the grand opening, which is hoping to happen towards the end of March or the beginning of April. The logo contest is going on right now, and students in a variety of classes have contributed some really cool logo ideas. Congratulations to everybody that has been part of this amazing opportunity. The Black Excellence Showcase also happened last Thursday, February 27th, and that was a huge success. They had a really good turnout, I believe. And the Environmental Club met just last Friday with climate change activist Will Steger. The weather has been super nice lately, so make sure students take some time and get outside in the fresh air next week while you don't have school after the long, cold winter.
Thank you. All right, we will now move into our discussion item, which is the first reading of several school board policies. I think we've got a total of 8, so what I'll do is I'll read the policy number, and then I will open it up and ask board members if they have any questions, concerns, comments regarding the policy. So policy 101, policy 102, policy 103, policy 524, policy 713, policy 721, and policy 802. Are there any questions, comments, concerns regarding those policies? Seeing none, they will then come before us next month for their final reading and for a vote. So with that, we will move into our first operational item for the evening, which is E1, action on the Achievement and Integration Plan. Dr. Kazmierczak.
All right, thank you, Chair Mullen, members of the board. So I'm pinch hitting tonight for Dr. Allison Gillespie, who is out ill this evening. So the Achievement Integration Plan was discussed at some length last week at the work session. So this evening, Marissa, I don't know if you have, we can probably go ahead and advance it. All right, so we have 3 goals: to reduce the disparities in academic achievement, to reduce the disparities in equitable access to effective and more diverse teachers, and increasing racial and economic integration. And those are the 3 overarching goals. Again, I don't know that we'll go through the presentation again as we just went through it a week ago. It's included in the packet for the public, and then it'll also be available as we send a summary at tonight's meeting. So with that, I think I'll stop there, and the board needs to act on this before we submit it to the Department of Ed.
So we've got a recommended action to approve the 2020-2023 Achievement and Integration Plan and fiscal year 21 budget as recommended by administration. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Chapman. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Thompson. Is there any discussion regarding the recommended action? Hearing or seeing none, please excuse me, this is a roll call, correct?
Sure, you can do that, yeah. Fine.
I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
Did someone move?
Yep, it was moved by Mr. Chapman,
right.
second by Ms. Thompson.
All right. Chapman?
Aye.
Mullen?
Aye.
Newmaster? Aye. Thompson?
Aye.
Arcan?
Aye.
That's it.
Okay, motion passes. We'll now move into our next operational item, E2, which is action on the American Indian Parent Advisory Committee Resolution of Concurrence. Ms. Zickerman, did I say that right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Bonjour, Dr. Kazmierczak, Chair Mullen, members of the board, Student Liaison Carroll. It is my pleasure to be here tonight. I briefly presented updates to you guys last week at the work study meeting regarding progress so far in this year, as well as some ideas we have going into the remainder of the year. But tonight, I have here with me Andrew Adams, who is the chair of our American Indian Parent Advisory Committee, and tonight he will be providing an outcome regarding the annual resolution vote for the 2019-2020 school year for the Indian Education Program. So at this point, I would like to invite Andrew Adams up to the stage.
Welcome, Mr. Adams.
Good evening, Board, and want to thank you all for the support that you showed to the American Indian Parent Advisory Committee for the district, and for the support that you showed to the American Indian students that are in the district. So the APAC is required under federal law, under state law. And you guys either have the benefit or the detriment of having a chairperson who's a lawyer and kind of understands your legal obligations to your constituents in the district. And I also want to really express my gratitude for the latitude that you've provided to Jordan and the other cultural liaisons in the district to kind of focus on varying needs of students, and not just students, but also staff and community members. So I want to thank you for that also. But every year the APAC has to take a vote of either concurrence or non-concurrence in terms of whether the APAC members believe that the district is meeting the needs of the American Indian students in the district. And again, this year we voted for the concurrence to express our agreement with the plan that the district has put forth. So, would ask that as part of that process, the board has to, I believe, accept the vote of the APAC, and then that gets forwarded to the Minnesota Department of Education.
Okay. So we'll get a motion on the table we have a recommended action to accept the resolution vote of concurrence as recommended by the APAC. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcan. Is there any discussion regarding the recommended action?
I would just like a minute to say
Ms.
something.
Thompson?
At the work study, I forgot to let Ms. Zickerman know how the work that she presented that the group is doing is just phenomenal. I'm very excited. My daughter takes part at Onika when Jordan comes up, or Ms. Zuckerman comes up there and spends time with the students, and it's really important. I think to me, to have my daughter exposed to that part of her culture and to see it being embraced by the district. So it's very exciting work, and I'm excited to learn more and see where this program goes in the future. So thank you.
Thank you.
Other discussion? This will require a roll call vote also.
Chapman?
Aye.
Mullen?
Aye.
Newmaster? Aye. Thompson?
Aye.
Arcan?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will next move into our next operational item, E3, action on the acceptance of the bid for the 2020 window replacement project at the White Bear Lake Area High School, North Campus Phase 2, and Birch Lake Elementary. Mr. Wald.
Thank you, Chair Mullen, members of the board, Dr. Kazmierczak, and Ms. Carroll. In your board packet tonight is information regarding bids for two projects that will be completed this summer. Both are window projects at North Campus, Phase 2 projects at North Campus, and at Birch Lake Elementary. Projects are funded using the district's LTFM bonds that were sold in March of 2018. The first project, the North Campus Phase 2 window replacement project, the bids came in really pretty competitively, and we're recommending the low bid with Capital City Glass in the amount of $195,500. For the Birch Lake Elementary window replacement project, the bids, we had one lower bidder, Murphy Window and Door Commercial, at $214,139. And with us tonight, too, is our Director of Building Operations, Dan Rozier. If you have any questions, specific questions about the projects, he can answer those. So the recommendation is that the board vote to accept the bids as they are presented this evening.
Okay, you've heard the recommended action. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Motion by Dr. Newmaster. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcan. Any questions regarding the bids? I have one. Prevailing wage, is that applied to these projects? Correct. And so how will the compliance be managed through the projects?
That's something we'll talk to the contractors out at the pre-project meetings, and I'll make certain that on payroll that I collect those prevailing wage reports, and I'll file them up in my office. So myself and the engineer will keep on them to make sure we have them reports.
Okay, so it is in the bid specs when they came out to bid that it was part of the, they fully understand?
Absolutely, yep. The forms were in the bid specs and everything about the prevailing wages that they need to pay.
Okay, perfect. All right. Is there any other discussion, questions?
I'm just, one question. On the, is the difference in the cost for, North Campus, to me, I could be wrong, seems like, are we just doing a portion of North Campus and that's why the?
Correct.
Okay.
Over at North Campus, we're doing 68 windows. Over at Birch, we're doing 89.
Okay.
So North Campus, we
that
took
makes
care of the
sense.
majority of the building last summer.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay. Other questions? And you know what, actually, I do have another question, if you don't mind. So 68 at North Campus, and what upcoming, obviously, we've got some major building going on at North Campus, so.
Yes, that's kind of why we pulled the plug on the 68 last year. They were actually part of the package last year, and we weren't sure with North Campus being in the mix of getting remodeled. So we kind of held off so we could confer with Wold a bit more. We started planning, and they finally gave us the go-ahead that, yes, they're not going to tear down any portions of North Campus, so it's great to get them out of the way, so when they do start remodeling construction, that the windows will be done.
Okay.
And we actually changed the color on the windows, too. Wold suggested we do something more neutral. It's kind of a red building, so we're doing aluminum, kind of aluminum glazed windows, just so they can kind of tie in a little bit better.
All right. Other questions, concerns, comments? Okay, this will require a roll call vote.
Chapman?
Aye.
Mullen?
Aye.
Newmaster? Aye. Thompson?
Aye.
Arcand?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we will move to our next operational item, E4, action on adding an additional depository. Mr. Wold.
Thank you. Each January, the school board moves to accept the official depositories of the school district. And when there are changes in official depositories or additions, then we bring those to the board. With the approval of the recent bond sale at the February 24th meeting, we have some additional depositories. The last one listed is TD Ameritrade, and that's where the $250 million in bond funds will be deposited this coming Thursday. And then the first 5 are local banks, all of which have expressed an interest in receiving deposits and investing those on behalf of the district. And so it's our goal to work toward investing some of that money locally as much as possible.
Okay.
So the recommended action is that the school board accept the addition to official school district depositories.
Okay, you've heard the recommended action. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Arcan. Any questions, discussion? Mr. Chapman?
Mr. Wald, do you anticipate, as far as the local institutions, that the amount of funds would be fairly similar among the 5 of them, or don't you know at this point?
Yeah, I don't know at this point. Our investment advisors were working with those banks to get an RFP to determine what kind of incentives they can offer to house school district funds. So we'll know that more late this week.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Are there questions? Seeing none, this will require a roll call vote.
Chapman?
Aye.
Mullen?
Aye.
Newmaster? Aye. Thompson?
Aye.
Arcand?
Aye.
Okay, motion prevails. Thank you. And our last operational item, E5, action on approving the investment advisors. Mr. Wald.
Yes, at the February 24th school board meeting, you approved the sale of $250 million in bonds for the construction projects and renovation projects that were approved at the November bond referendum. Also at that February 24th meeting, you met Ryan Ellers, who is the senior investment advisor Ryan Miles, who is the senior investment advisor for Ellers Investment Partners. And we're recommending that Ryan Miles from Ellers Investment Advisor serve as the official investment advisor for the school district.
Okay, you've heard the recommended action. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Chapman. Any questions regarding the motion, the recommended action? This goes along, just a quick question, this goes along with making sure that we're investing the money correctly, and this is typical of what would happen with bond sale for schools.
That's correct.
Okay. Hearing or seeing none, this will require a roll call vote.
And there's a resolution.
Do we need to read the resolution?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Would the clerk please read the resolution? It's right here.
Oh, well, I think it's the same thing.
Okay, it probably is.
But I can read it off, just.
Doesn't matter, however you want to do it.
Resolved that the school board of White Bear Lake Area School Number 624 hereby names Ellers Investment Partners as the district's investment manager and TD Ameritrade Institutional as an official depository for the 2020 A bond proceed funds belonging to the district.
You've heard the resolution. We have a motion and a second. This will require a roll call vote.
Chapman?
Aye.
Mullen?
Aye.
Newmaster? Aye. Thompson?
Aye.
Arcand?
Aye.
Motion prevails. Thank you very much, Mr. Wald. We are now at the portion of our meeting is for board forum, where school board members can talk about whatever they would like, or if they want to bring some information forward to the public, they can do so at this time. Dr. Newmaster.
I just want to also mention the awesome program that was presented last Thursday with the Black Excellence Showcase. It was an amazing amount of talent, humor, pointed looks at reality, and just a whole lot of talent and smart thinking kids on stage with really an interesting presentation of all kinds of talents with adults that were mentoring and providing additional showcases. So it was really enjoyable. I congratulate all of them. They should all be getting a bear pin. So.
Thank you, Dr. Newmaster. Anybody else? Ms. Carroll.
I just want to say, because it's March, so it's Women's History Month, I just want to say thank you to all of the female staff and teachers and board members and all the people in our district that are very strong female leaders. I know students look up to you all a lot, so we really appreciate the work you do and the example you set. And you're doing great work for the future of our women in our society. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else under board forum? Okay, with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adjourn.
I'll second that, and we are adjourned.